Did that just happen? Did Hiromashima seriously just do this? Oh, please, Mother. I beg you, please let this be another troll moment. Let everything that just happened be rewritten. Because I can't bear it. I can't bear a series that I've loved so much fall into this kind of despair. Hiromashima's mangas are not supposed to be this full of despair. He said that they were darker, but this is the darkest I have ever seen him do. You know, I guess he listened to all you haters. You got your wish, okay? No power of friendship, no BS thing, only despair, despair, despair. Even though we have so much despair in real life, you got that. Are you happy now? You know, this is actually slightly ironic and slightly funny. Why? Well, I was known as the only defender of fairy tale when all else started to hate it. And now, in a twist of irony, I am the only, well, angry person at Eden Zero while the rest is celebrating, because this chapter of Eden Zero from me, the angry and offended despair viewer, is so depressing that I almost want to quit reading right here and now. So I'll just summarize everything. The heroes lost everything. Wise armor cut off, he passed out but probably died. Shiki was blown in the head. Yeah, seriously. Despite his, with tears and everything, saying that he swore to defeat Draken and then be his friend because he doesn't have any. I mean, that is a kind of a messed up logic, but that's how Shiki works. His head was shot off. Also, it turns out that the robots and the slime girl, Maria, only faked being defeated and everything. It turns out Seth was a computer program, took over Eden Zero, shut down all the androids, and then they captured John. So in essence, quite simply and honestly, Draken Yo won. Completely. Shiki is dead, Wise is dead, Witch Hermito and Sister is dead as well. And the chapter ends just like that. That's the easy summation of it all. Draken Yo won. Oh, and by the way, Jin didn't want to see mutilation, proving that for all his lack of empathy, he does have some standards. Although I couldn't really say I like those kind of standards. But maybe we'll find out more about him. Or will we? I guess we won't have any main characters anymore. I mean, if you are watching this and wondering, aren't you seething with anger, angry anime fan? And yeah, I am. I am so angry that I cannot even scream. I didn't want this, okay? I did not want this. This is not how he works. I know he said that this was his darkest manga yet, but this is not what I saw. However, as we see Xiao Mei talking about despair, ironically talking about despair in a monologue that I find very familiar. As I always say, people love despair. I don't know why. We see that all the time in the real world. And there is a very controversial word for that, but I'm not going to say that because that is something you don't joke about. But I'm not joking about when I'm talking about despair. Despair, real life despair, is not fun, and you shouldn't really vote for it. But my point is, the Eden Zero crew lost completely, as Rebecca's cries of please let this be over. And then Xiao Mei saying that despite Shiki Granbell losing his life, the story goes on without Shiki. How is that even possible? He is supposed to be the main character. So, now what? No, seriously. Now what? I can't see a reason out of this. Granted, there is one reason I can see out of this. However, there's something you have to notice now, and that is Leaper. Doesn't Rebecca have some kind of time rewinding ability? Granted, we don't know anything about that power, but the problem is that Hiromashima is giving us nothing but despair, this entire arc. So even if Rebecca can rewind time with Leaper, I do not think it's gonna be like that. Normally, Hiromashima always pulls a troll, which is basically We see a despair and then everything is resolved one chapter later. I hope this is the same in this situation, but given how dark this manga is, it doesn't seem that that's going to be the case. No, I think in the end we're just going to see Rebecca, now completely broken mentally and physically, under the role of Drakenjo, as we're now going to follow them. I do not like that. Why? I mean, I'm seriously, why? Did we have to see this? I mean, Shiki's words, "someday I will defeat you," it is almost giving me hope that something happens. And no matter how dark, I refuse to believe that Shiki and Wise and Homer and as well as all the rest are permanently dead. I refuse to believe that. No matter how dark this manga is, it will not become that dark. It is not some Togashi bull or everything else for that matter. It is not that type of manga. So yeah, the only reason I can see out of this is Rebecca's leaper. But I do not know how that is going to be. Even if by some miracle she can jump backward in time. Xiaomei said it's the power of possibility, and right now we need possibility more than ever. But I cannot see, well, any way out of that. Let's just say, for argument's sake, she can jump in a distance. Does that mean she can jump in spirit, or does she jump herself, creating an alternate self? Or are we going to end up in an alternate world? Because if you think about it, the Shiki and Homer and all those people that we have followed up until now are dead. So even if she can rewind time, it won't be them. It will be an alternate them, because technically the real people already died. So that is some sad way of seeing that. Or are we going to see something else? I don't know. I am so depressed I even took out my glasses. I did not like this chapter. Not one bit. Of a despair and storytelling point of view, it is excellent. But I do not like this, because I do not like to see villains winning. And I don't care if you say it's all of that, quit saying all that fairy tale bullshit. I read Rave Master. I read Fairy Tale. I know how he works. I refuse to believe that even if he says that this is a darker manga, I refuse to admit that he changes his roots. If he does, then more power to him. But that only means that he listened to all haters, and no one should listen to haters, because all those haters are nothing more than trolls. So yeah, Rebecca, you are our only hope now. Rewind time already. Give me a chapter I can enjoy. In fact, in the last 17 chapters, give me something that can bring back the Eden Zero crew. Something. Yes, something, I beg you. Goodbye.